Oh my
Let me
God!
see.
Look
Am I
who's here
live? Can I see? Can you see me now?
today. Hi, Israel. We haven't seen
Hola,
you in.
hola. How you doing? Bonjour.
Yes, it's been a
How's
while.
everything? Oh my God, that's been a while.
I
My
know.
God, it's been a long time, but I'm happy to be back for at least one day to say hello, to help out with this. It's an
Yeah,
amazing, amazing time. I mean, unfortunately, it's raining today, but hey, it's okay. We're
more
dry
than
in our area.
helping. More than helping. You're actually the one who actually came up with today's topic, and I'm gonna let you lead that thing. I'm just gonna be your bucket assistant. You
No,
know,
you know what I
it's
think we
like
should do? Just like dancing. I'll lead. We're gonna have fun
yeah,
just
yeah,
dancing.
yeah, yeah,
So let's just have fun doing it.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
enjoyed it all the way. So, I mean, today's what? Groundhog's Day too?
February 2nd,
Oh,
Groundhog Day.
my God, the day that a little animal gets to see its shadow.
It's a
I mean,
groundhog. Yes.
it's a groundhog
It's
to see its
it's
shadow,
a meteorologist. It's a, what is it? A climatologist.
right?
Groundhog.
I just don't understand the theory and the concept of that whole thing. I mean, is it supposed to be scared when it gets out of the hole or something? Like, oh my God, my hole!
Scared of his shadow and he goes back. I don't know. I mean, those things look so fluffy and lazy. You
They
know.
are, they are. It's like I don't know. It's hard to even determine it. The only thing I know
So
about
yeah,
Groundhog's Day is about a certain movie that's out there. It's pretty much it repeats its day every single time.
they say
But
we're gonna have an early spring. Is it accurate? I
I hope
don't
so.
know.
I hate some of
For
the layers
anybody
that were.
watching, please comment on your
Please do.
on the accuracy of Groundhog's
Please
Day.
do. Please do. Let me know. Let me know if I could start shedding some of these layers that I keep wearing all day.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But I love today's topic. Honestly, I'm glad that we brought it up today, which is niches get stitches. It's not snitches get stitches. It's snitches get riches. I apologize. It is a great way to actually
Okay.
determine.
Let's.
Oh,
Well, since we're using that word, what do you say?
so
Niches?
I keep hearing it as niches, but I don't know. Is
I
it niches
say
or niches?
niches, like
Niches, like a niche.
a niche market. Some
Anybody
people say
listening?
niche market. I don't
Niche
know, and
market?
the fact that I don't speak much English,
No, do I.
probably I'm saying it wrong.
I don't speak English, but I mean the point is,
Yeah,
I think it's niches. I don't know niches,
I have no,
niches,
I don't know. Another one, Groundhog Day. Is that accurate? Or niches or niches?
or
You
niches,
know.
right? I mean, help us out while we're going through this whole entire niche. Because tomato, tomato. It's obviously we got to figure this out. But the great thing about it again, niches gets riches. I mean, this is an
Yes.
amazing thing. So I think in our industry, it is important to have a niche. We're gonna go into more details
But
into this.
I don't know if I'm hearing you well. For some, maybe it's me. I think I have a ventilation in the back of me. I
Uh
hope
oh.
everybody hears you well. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope everybody does too.
Yeah.
How about
Good.
now? Perfect.
Yes. Much
Okay,
much better.
much better. All right. So, what I was gonna say is that it's important to have a niche market or a niche part of your industry,
Yeah.
right? You always want to be to be a successful top agent. Everybody has a certain niche, certain
Like a
thing that they're doing.
specialization.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Which is the AKA version of that, which is also known as the specialization of something that you do, right? So we'll get into it in the sense of why is it so important for someone to have a niche? What do you think, Gigi? I mean, what should we? Why should an agent coming into this market or at least a season one have a niche?
Well, I think it's if you market yourself as the niche or the niche agent for whatever specialization you want to find, I think it's easier for you to get business coming your way instead of you running after that business all the time.
That's right. Yeah.
Like establishing yourself as the authority in that matter is good.
Right.
Having maybe a certification will anchor that that knowledge. I don't know. I'm just what else? What do
No,
you
that's
think
that's
it
actually
is?
very true.
It's the main thing.
It is the main thing, right? So if you look at it this way, it's not all niche or niches actually have a certification. However, when you really break it down in that sense, it's really important to be that type of person because when you look at this today's market, when you look at what a person is looking for, all right, it's actually to a point of let's just switch this up to a quick analogy of a doctor, right?
Okay.
There's general doctors and there's specialized doctors.
Right.
When you have a general doctor, they get paid a certain way,
I don't know. Yeah,
because
probably like
everybody
180 to $100,000. Yeah,
in a
still
good
good, but
market, probably, yeah, 180, right? But then when you look at your surgeons, when you look at your cardiologists, when you look at your neurosurgeons, so on and so forth, those guys are specialized. They're the ones that are actually looking. They're the ones that are getting much, much more. They're the ones that actually have like 2 Lamborghinis in their back pockets. All right, those are the ones.
that's another issue too. I'm not gonna say.
True, but those are the ones I want to talk to too later. The point is that it is really to that point when you're actually looking at what you want to do in your career
Yeah.
as a realtor, right? As a realtor, you want to be able to be at a point where instead of chasing the buyers, instead of chasing the sellers, you want them to come to you. How much
Yeah.
more freedom do you have? How much more command of the situation that you have? You're not chasing a check. The check is coming to you.
Right.
There's that difference between having a niche market or a niche format versus just being able to do every single thing. Because one thing's for sure, you might be a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. Right? Think of it that way.
Yeah, I know. We all probably majority of us are generalists as doctors.
We are.
And, yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a great point.
There's nothing wrong. It's just that
not at all.
It would be fine you could still do the general stuff, but find like something that you're really good at, something that makes you comfortable, that you're proficient in, and run with it. And why not? And if you can be the only thing you do very successfully, why not?
Absolutely. And one thing's for sure, if you know your market, or let's just say you don't know your market, you've been in the industry for a year or two, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 8 or 9, right? What is your niche? If you're listening to us, I would love to know what people's niches are. Because one thing's for sure, Gigi, you and I have been in the industry for a bit. We know who are sort of the king and queens of certain things as far as niches. I mean, we're going to call them out. Like door knocking. Automatically, I could think of 2 people that are great at door knocking. Automatically, when I think of expires, I already have 2 or 3 people in mind that are great with expires.
You have your co-op queens, your condo
your co-op queens and kings, yeah.
Yes.
You also have. Go ahead.
I was thinking of those who work a lot with VAs. Very commendable, because it's an easy one. Yeah.
What about another one that everybody gets scared of? I mean, not everybody, but at least most people try not to do. Short sales.
Right.
There's some people like they oh my God, it takes too long. But there are people who are willing to do the grind. They're the ones who actually are willing to do the work for it. The REO folks, those are the ones that are willing to do the work for it. They're the ones who know and understand the process. Yeah. Okay. Here's another one that most folks are not even doing today in today's market. It's actually divorce. Right. And when you're dealing with divorce or probates or estates.
Right.
So the point is like you have all these things that are out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's even one for open houses. Are you the king and queen of open houses? How many balloons do you put out there? How many funds do you actually take care of? I know you and I know at least 2 or 3 people, one in particular, right, that actually puts out 40 signs out there.
Okay.
Right? No names mentioned. No name. Don't know. No. I know you're thinking about no. But there's about 40 signs out there, for one open house, and he takes care of it. He does a pretty good job. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. If regardless if you're new or seasoned, what is the one thing, skill-wise, what is the one thing that you do that you actually have a good niche on? What is the one thing that you're authoritative to? What is the one thing that you can actually say out of an 80-20 rule, thinking about it? What is the one thing that out of 80% of your business, you're really focusing on 20% of the production that you're doing on that? What is that one thing? Now, no, folks, you don't need to have one niche. You could have 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
You could be a downsizer.
And I don't think you cannot be a self-proclaimed owner of that niche market, because I think you need to be proficient enough, because you have to. Again, the goal is not sure the check is great at the end, but it's the value you bring to the consumer, the value you bring to our clients. If you claim to be a co-op specialist, you'd better know board packager upside down, inside out, upside down. You gotta
Absolutely.
know, the ins and outs of the co-op process and
Absolutely.
how
Absolutely.
to work out the DTI, how to read um, tax returns,
Oh my
especially
God.
if there is a Schedule C or Schedule E. So
Yep.
you can't just be self-proclaimed. I think you have to have a level of proficiency there.
I agree a
And
thousand
yeah,
percent on that. You need to have that because if you don't, I mean, can you imagine you claim yourself to be a really good, let's just say, condo co-op specialist, and the kind of application that you put in, it doesn't like I always say. All most of my applications, I
you
needed to
know
go.
what?
Oh,
I know. I'm bringing that up because it's happening right now. Like, oh,
mm-hmm.
okay. You said you what? And I'm like, oh my God. I
Right,
feel really bad for your seller right now, but okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. We'll work on it. Yeah. Uh,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So those are things that I mean, again, we're going to claim out. We're going to tell you all the list of things that one can do. We just mentioned several of them right now, as far as the niche and everything. But one thing's for sure that you really want to become the authoritative person because you want to be that person that they come to right away when they think of a certain thing that's happening in the real estate. Whether they say, "Hey, I need to find somebody who can help me find or sell
Yeah.
co-ops," they'll reach you. Find or
Right.
sell a foreclosure, fine, or sell a for sale by owner, they know who to reach to. Okay.
Right.
Who do I ask questions about short sales? Don't ask that one person. Who
Right.
can I help me, fix up the ideas of how I do open houses, door knocking? They know that one or two persons. So you want to be that one or two person. You want to be able to have that S on your chest, the Superman, the Superwoman, okay, that say, hey, listen, I am the person. But the problem is that to be that person, you have to do so much things beforehand.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you have to do the work. Let's just go with the divorce attorneys. What are you doing, okay, to be the divorce agent? What are you doing to handle the divorce niche? How are you reaching out to the divorce attorneys? How many of them have you reached out to? How many of them have they actually,
Yeah, I think
like you taken out
it's
to
important
lunch?
to establish your vendors list who's going
Exactly.
to give out referrals, and if the attorney is entitled to a referral fee, so that could be a win-win for everybody.
A
Why
win-win
not?
for everybody. And even if that's the case, going back to the divorce real quick, imagine they go to court. The judges want somebody who knows what they're doing versus somebody who's just finished
Yeah,
their real estate license or who's
yeah,
been in the industry for 30 years but still don't know the process. Same thing with probates. They're going to want somebody who's been in the industry who understands how to do the process. Okay, REOs as well. So if you want to be part of that, if you want to surround yourself, okay,
right,
with that sort of niche, the fact that you're able to get that kind of money where it's already a secured money for you because no one else is doing it, then go after it. Okay.
right.
Find yourself those attorneys. Find yourself that sort of probate format. Find yourself the banks who you can speak to that
Yeah.
you can actually get your
Because
REOs.
I wanted to add to this, like once you work a niche, basically, I believe that that niche market you're choosing to really develop is not going to go anywhere. Right?
No,
So it's
no,
for the long run. It's something you're going to be
absolutely.
working on and nurturing and developing relationships with
Absolutely.
vendors, yeah, definitely.
I mean, the folks that we're talking about, what we just said about the door knocking, how many years they've been doing it? Over 10 years,
20 years, 30 years,
30
40
years.
years. Yeah.
Exactly. Their knuckles have already turned calluses. I mean, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
They haven't. But the
Yeah.
point is, they have. Those who are great at prospect when it comes to for sale and expires. Their ears of no's, they don't even know what no means anymore. They eat
Right.
no's for breakfast when they call
Yeah.
people.
Of a great service to people that need military relocations. If you do
Absolutely.
in your area in New York, we don't have that much, but I think like in other states, it's where you
Virginia,
have
North Carolina. I mean, those folks out there, pretty much
that's
Texas as well,
right, and there is a
Florida as
huge need.
well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, if you're
Retirement. I guess if
retirement,
you're gonna work the older crowd, the 55 and over crowd,
hmm
working those 55 and over projects,
yep,
townhomes, complexes and so on and so forth. Helping them with finding those places and
Absolutely.
helping them selling the current place. That's a wonderful.
Absolutely.
I think it's a wonderful niche to be in.
Here's
You know,
another thought process when it comes to niche, right? Something we haven't said yet is, would you hire somebody who has never touched a luxury home? Okay. Or would you hire somebody that's been selling luxury homes for years?
let me turn the question. Let me ask another question just to
Okay.
answer that question. Would you let a butcher do a heart surgery on you?
Ooh. Well, back in the Western times, maybe.
In the Middle Ages,
Because
yes,
he, yeah,
maybe.
yeah, because he knew how to cut meat, right? So
I know,
and I have a lot of
but
meat.
it's
I have
that
a
to
lot of meat.
compare apple to apples. Would you want a butcher to do a triple bypass on you? This is just asking.
Nah,
No, no,
not at all.
yeah,
Not at
yeah.
all.
No,
Not
but
at
that's the
all.
point. That's the point.
Right.
So that's why that's the value you bring. That's okay. There is
Absolutely.
something different when like you dealing with a luxury or divorce or probate or military families or even an expired. If you're an expired, anybody can touch expired, but the one that is on the phone, prospecting for expires all day, has the listing presentation down pack, really understand
Mm-hmm.
the pains of an expired, has
Mm-hmm.
100%,
Mm-hmm.
110% more chance than a guy that does pretty much everything or sell to his COI and once in a while happens to land an appointment with an expired. So that's
Now
the
we're talking about the listings as well. I mean, the one thing that's also in the other spectrum of our world is the buyer agent, right?
yeah, and
Who
the
actually
listing agent.
closes a lot more buyers than
Yeah,
sellers. You
yeah,
have the renter agent, the renter who's obviously doing 20, 30 rentals in one day. I mean,
yeah,
1 month. And then our cousins, as I like to call it, the commercial folks.
yeah, yeah,
The commercial. I mean, that's a completely different world, but they understand.
yeah.
They
And then
understand the
again, there are
numbers.
nuances to that. I know some people that are very good with the multi-family home, or they specializes in 3 families to 6 families. That's all they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even, it's the multi-family. It could go into, and sometimes they have like a 6 family with a store. So that's a mixed use
Right.
commercial. So that's like, and they just have that segment, and they're known for this. And when they advertise, when you see them on social media, that's all you're seeing. So they're the expert. So I'm
Right.
sure it's easier for sellers to find them, or buyers for that matter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How many times can a person go into online? Because obviously, when you go Google, I need the best person to do this. They always find certain people, certain vendors, certain
Yeah,
stores,
yeah,
certain restaurants, right?
yeah,
Because they bring the certain value behind it. So really, when you look at, and if there's just not I think we said about maybe 8 to 10 so far. There's so
yeah,
many out there. Okay.
yeah,
But the one thing for sure is, when you decide as what niche is for you, do yourself a favor and actually put that part of your business and try to develop yourself into that perfect, valuable person. Okay.
yeah,
If you're doing the door knocking, just don't door knock 3 doors and say, I'm the king of door knocking. It doesn't work that way. You have to do blocks about miles
yeah,
of door knocking to get to
yeah,
that level. Okay. And give yourself a platform in the sense of, hey, listen, I'm going to do this much just to make sure I'm able to get this niche. If
yeah.
you're not at a point of actually meet more people, then try to reach out to the people who actually are doing the business and see what they're doing to be
Can
so
I
successful.
be controversial? I'm gonna
Oh,
ask you
please
something.
do. Go
I
ahead. I didn't
okay.
do it though. I didn't do
I
it
was
though.
like, I was googling the different articles on niche market and stuff like that, and I came across something I did not agree on.
Oh, okay. Let me
I know, and
agree with you.
I don't know if you're gonna agree with me. So they were listing all those different things we're talking about, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then they go social media marketing. I'm like, that's not per se a
Uh,
niche. It's an avenue of marketing, but the niche is, to me, is actually the product that you're selling or buying to the person, not
Okay.
the vehicle to advertise.
Yes and no.
And no.
So,
Okay. What's
um,
your opinion on this? I know, controversy.
no. It's
Yeah.
controversy because it's controversial because honestly, when you really break it down, it's honestly who's listening to it. Our and that, not calling your age out, right? I'm not saying, but it's the older folks who are not into the technology of social media don't really see what's going on with the social media. You can actually earn a lot with it as far as the marketing, as
Yes.
far as the advertisements. Okay,
Yes.
you put out flyers, which is paper flyers. You can put out 100 flyers out versus of social media. You could put out 500 flyers to 1,000 flyers
Right.
just by putting out one picture of something,
Yeah.
right? So yes, I think that niche, although you shouldn't be on there all day, don't get me wrong. Um,
I
it is something that's producing. So you can
To
definitely
me,
produce a
I
lot.
think, and it's not the only there was one website I'm seeing this, so they're listing everybody, and
Hmm.
I'm like, and then you're going into the social media guys, and I'm like, what? Then it sort of changed the definition of the niche to me, because a niche is a niche market, it's a specialized market, in
Which
not
is
and
social
social
media.
media is not a social, it's
It is a socialized market. There is. How many websites? You got to look at it this way. How many websites? I mean, not websites, but how many other things are out there? You have IG, Instagram. You have Facebook. You have
Yeah, but
Nextdoor.
it's
You
you
have
can't say,
LinkedIn.
all right, then let me go with, then it would be that's a way of marketing. Then what if somebody still advertises in the New York Times? So that's their niche market, the New York Times.
I mean, back then it was, but today it's not.
Is that a niche market, or is just, to me, it's still an avenue of marketing?
It's an avenue of marketing. I agree. I definitely
And that's
agree.
where I don't, it's like, okay, we don't have to digress on this,
No,
but
we won't.
I thought they
But
were just markets,
I get what you're
just
saying.
yeah,
That's why it's a yes and no. Because honestly, you can produce from that and be the person. How do you do social media in an effective way,
yeah,
right?
okay,
We know folks that are really good with social media, and they've actually earned a lot from the social media.
yeah.
So it's a yes and no. Have they earned a lot if they were to do New York Times or New York Newsday if it's still around? No,
Right.
no.
Okay.
So that's why it's a
Anyway,
yes and no. You
Any
shouldn't really
any of
focus.
you guys have an idea of a niche market like we haven't listed? We did luxury, we talked
Ooh,
about probate,
land. Anybody does land?
doctors,
Can
we
you?
talked about land, yes,
That's a good one.
military, sports professional.
Oh, I would love to be a sports professional.
You know what?
Can
Then
you
take
imagine?
pick up Jordan Cohen's book.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that would
that's
be a good one. Or just working with investors. That's a good niche as well. When
I've done that.
developers, investors,
Yeah, that's a
um,
different world to be in. Absolutely.
golf property for
Does
For
miniature
Floridians.
does
Same
miniature
thing
golf
with,
count?
uh,
Miniature golf, does that count?
probably.
I score really well in miniature golf, so I don't know.
We said probate. We said,
Probate works. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with probate 1,000%.
income properties, more residential, small mixed use, yes.
That's absolutely
And
right.
wow,
Expires for sale by owners, withdrawals.
autos, yes, yes. Waterfront
Have
properties,
waterfront. Oh, that's important for those who are, obviously the
coastal, or
Floridians.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Those are
Um,
good. Luxury
and
buildings as well. High rise buildings, short buildings.
yeah.
That's
Would
another.
you put in the niche the hyperlocalist, just like in that, either like a sub neighborhood, or just working one zip code, or you would not?
I would.
Okay.
I would, because if you're doing the mayor of town, because that's part of it
Yeah.
too, right? Being a
Yeah.
niche market. So if you're doing the mayor of town and you are in control of whatever ABC city,
Yeah.
then yeah, look, you know every little brick that went through that entire building. I mean, the entire area.
Yeah. So you see,
So
folks, that's a lot so far. There is a lot to list. If you think of something
yep.
else, you could
I
put it
just
in the comment.
yeah,
It's
I just
good.
certainly suggest that if you want to be a little bit more, if you want to be to the point of your business,
Yeah.
again, listen to these words in the sense. If you want to be in the point of the business that you're not chasing as much, that the work is coming to you because they see you as an authoritative person. They see you as a person that has the idea of marketing, the idea, the understanding of what's going on,
Yeah.
right? That money is actually coming to you.
Yeah.
Honestly, Gigi, you and I know that when it comes to referrals, holy Lord, they feel much better than when instead of me having to cold call.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's for sure.
It
Yeah.
feels much better.
Yeah.
So if you want to be in that position, then find the one that works for you. Don't always keep searching for it. Find the one that works for you
Yeah.
and work it hard. Because I can tell you, if 80% of your cash, of your money that you earn a year is out of 20% of production that you do, then ladies and gentlemen, you'll have this kind of conversation as we're having today as
And
far as pick your
it's
niche.
easier on your sanity. You don't run like a chicken with no head. You have
Oh
your
my
plan,
Jesus.
your goal. This is what I'm going to do. This is the markets I'm targeting, and that's it. Run with it. Less
That's it.
complicated. Not everybody has to do expired. Sorry to say
No,
that. I mean,
not everybody does.
not everybody does, right?
But what's great about it too, if you haven't expired in your farming area, hello,
Oh, sure, sure,
hello.
sure,
Oh, I knew about this house.
sure,
I'm gonna get it real quick.
sure. Yeah,
Run
yeah.
after it.
If there is a luxury listing that's expired and you're a luxury specialist,
Oh my
run for
God,
it.
run for it.
Yes.
Let them run
Yeah.
to you or whatever. Run for it. It's like I
They
told you, you
could
should have came to
have or
me.
they not, but then they'll get to know you, and then it's good because they might even talk about you to their neighbors. So why not? Why not?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like we all need a Gigi in our life, right? So come on, let's go get it.
Do we?
Do we? We do. We do. We do. We do. Because I always smile.
I
So
know.
we do.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's important to actually do the mayor of town.
Yeah.
Go around, get yourself active. Don't be so short about the amount of work that you put in
Yeah.
about getting out there. Make sure that people understand who you are. Make sure that you're the best listing, best buyer, best renter, best construction, best luxury, best divorce, best FISBO, best expires, blah, 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 blah. Just make sure that you get to that level because honestly, do not, just because it becomes very difficult for you, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be fruitful for you later on.
Right. You know what we didn't brush on? The biggest part of it. So when you're an expert like that, you
Uh huh.
can actually charge a premium,
Oh, I love that part.
right?
Oh, I
In
love
the
that
end,
part.
that's what it is. Instead of scrambling to compete with all those other agents in the general market, once you find your niche, then you know it enough, you're good at it, you can charge that premium commission. You
That's
can
right.
charge that 6% commission without a problem.
That's right. And you know
That's
why that happens?
yeah, okay, yeah,
Because they went to find you.
yeah, yeah,
Because they need you.
yeah,
They don't. They see the value in you
yeah, yeah,
versus having a general agent out there.
yeah,
They see, wait, I need a specialist.
yeah,
Just like when you go to a doctor, I don't need an internalist to check my heart out. I need a cardiologist. I need
yeah,
somebody I want need to pay for.
yeah.
So, like, I'm not
Then
going to go
we have it,
to
folks. Yeah,
right. I'm not going to go to a chasing ambulance lawyer. I'm going to go to a divorce lawyer. I need a divorce attorney
exactly. I know,
or
I know.
man.
Let me make sure not we did not forget anything. I think we pretty
Oh
much
no, we
covered it
didn't.
all.
No, we knocked
Huh?
it out. But I think that's important, and I love the fact that we ended up with that part.
Yeah.
With the idea that you actually now are the expert in authority. I can't even say it now. You're pretty much have all the
Authority. Yeah.
authority, right, to actually go out there, be the person that everybody wants, and now charge the premium for it. Done,
Done.
done.
My
Call
job.
me, call me, so we can go have lunch. I'm not doing McDonald's. Call
Yeah.
me.
All right. So this is it. That's it.
Yes. Thank
That's
you
it.
everyone for
Half
coming by,
hour.
hanging out.
I
Oh, it was
hope.
fun. This was
Huh?
fun. It's been a
I
while,
hope.
but it was
I'm
fun.
gonna do. I see we have one MVP. She didn't make any comments, but she gave us some hearts.
Oh.
Estela Agudelo. It's been a
Ah,
while. Hi,
Stella,
Estela.
¿cómo estás? Buenos
Yes.
días.
Yes. So our MVP is Estela, and it's good.
Thank
How
you,
is the
Stella.
weather this weekend? How are those open houses gonna fare? I don't know.
Oh, I
Let's
have
see.
one this Sunday and Saturday, so yeah, I'm doing okay.
Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be sunny, a bit brisky, not too cold. I mean, in the 40s. It's winter
Yes,
after all, and yes, go after it, guys. If you don't have an open house, make a case to spend a couple of like 2-3 hours on your Sunday to go open house hunting or open house visiting, because you can actually get to know your market. Do that. If you don't have an open house for yourself, you don't have too many appointments, go out. Go visit open houses.
that's a
Right.
great way to preview. I don't understand how people don't do that.
I
It's
know.
like window shopping. You go down Madison
Yes.
Avenue, you see all these beautiful homes. I mean, these beautiful stores. I mean, go out there. You see an open house sign,
Go
go
preview.
out there.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
preview it. That
Yeah.
agent, you can't be rejected because there's an open house. Go
It's
out
an
there and
open
check it out.
house. Yeah. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. All right, guys.
All right, folks.
On
Have a good
this,
one.
thank
We'll
you,
talk
Israel.
soon.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
hope to see
you.
you
Thank you.
soon. I'll see you
Absolutely.
every day, but on
Absolutely.
in the
Absolutely.
virtual world.
In the virtual world, more than welcome. Absolutely.
All right.
All right, Ron.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.